Hey guys, we're just doing a stretch today. This stretch will specifically target your upper body, getting into the shoulders, the chest, the back, but we'll get a little bit of the legs and through our core as well. So to get started, let's just take our feet a little wider than the hips. We're going to take a deep breath in, reach both arms up, and I want you to think about just lifting your chest here, kind of pressing your rib cage forward, and then relax. We're going to float the arms down to side. Do it again. We're going to do deep breath in, press forward through your ribs, gentle back bend. Get that V shape through your arms, and carefully float it down. We're going to do this one more time. So we're lifting, come to that little back bend, press forward through your ribs, hold it here, and release it all the way down. Let's just bring the shoulders up and back, small circles. And I want you to take these slowly. Try to breathe through them. So we're inhaling, shoulders up, exhaling, sending them back and down. Do that 2 more times. Deep breath in and out. Last one, inhale and exhale. All right, so with those feet under the hips, we're going to a ragdoll. We'll gently release our entire back. So we're letting ourselves just kind of fold forward, really relax your small bend in the knees, and let your head just hang heavy. Take your hands to opposite elbows, allow your head to hang between your arms, and let yourself come into this gentle sway from side to side. Let's bring it back to center. And now I want you to just hold it here, but think about reaching your elbows down. Think about reaching them towards your toes. They're not getting there, but you feel that change in the stretch. Let your hands release your elbows, and let's slowly bring it all the way back up. Lift the hands, come into that Y shape, gentle back bend, and release hands back down to sides. Okay guys, we're gonna do one of my favorite upper back and shoulder stretches. This is eagle arms, and I'm gonna show a few different ways that you can make this more intense or back away from it. If you have really tight shoulders, I want you to stay back a bit, and that's where we're starting out. So we're gonna take the left arm, bring it across the body. Take your right arm and hook it underneath, okay? So I'm bringing just my wrist right above my elbow. And now I'm gonna gently apply some pressure here with my bottom arm, and I'm gonna turn to look over my left shoulder, okay? If you wanna take this further, what I'd have you do is take that bottom arm and turn your elbow inside of your elbow up, place your left elbow inside of that spot, and then you're kind of hooking the elbows. From there, you're gonna start bringing the back of your hands towards one another, and that can be enough, or you can wrap around and bring your hands together right here. So from here, what I want you to do is just intentionally draw the elbows downward for a moment, and now start lifting them up, okay? So you're gonna hold it when you find that stretch that works best for you. Usually for me, I'm stopping somewhere right about where my elbows are straight across from my eyes. And then the last thing here that you could do is start to find a little bit of length in your arms, okay? Arms aren't by any means gonna come straight, maybe if you're double jointed, but that's not the goal, is what I'm saying, okay? So we're just holding this. You're gonna feel that stretching out, that space throughout your upper back, and then especially in the back of your left shoulder. Take one more breath here. To release, we're just gonna let go of the hands, let the arms spread out wide, and set them down. Draw shoulders up towards ears, inhale. Exhale, send them back and set them down. Deep breath in, come into that Y shape, press forward through your rib cage, and release hands down to sides. So we're gonna go to that other side, guys. Let's take the arms across again. And this time we're bringing the left arm under the right. So I'm just taking either this stretch here, bringing my wrist right above the elbow, turning to look over my shoulder, and that's where I'm holding. Or if you're doing eagle arms, again, finding that space here on the inside of your elbow, taking your right elbow, placing it in that little groove, and then starting to bring either back of hands together or bringing the hands themselves together. Intentionally draw down through the elbows a little bit. And now let's start drawing the elbows up. Find your stretch. So we're feeling this more so on the back of the right shoulder this time. And then once you've taken a breath or a couple of breaths, you can start to find some length through those arms by just gently reaching both hands forward a little bit. And we're holding. I don't want you guys to be straining in these stretches. So if you get to a point where you're like shaking because you're trying to force it, I want you to back off, back away a little bit. Let's take the last breath here. Carefully release. We're going to let the arms unwind. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, float them down to sides. Okay, guys, so we're going to come down onto the mat now. Okay, so let's come on down, and we're starting in a tabletop position, taking hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. We're going to roll through a couple cat-cows here. So we'll inhale, press the belly down, and I want you to hold it here and keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. So what I'm thinking about is drawing my shoulders back, pressing my heart forward, and lifting my chin. I'm just holding here. And let's reverse it. So you're gonna press your hands into the mat, let your spine lift up, and now push your chin onto your chest. We're creating this C curve through the back. Draw your belly up and in. Allow your shoulder blades to separate. So we're creating space throughout our upper back here. Length throughout the neck and space between the shoulder blades. Let's breathe through this. We're gonna inhale, come back to cow. So we're pressing the belly down, drawing the shoulders back, bring the heart forward, gazes forward. And now back to cat. So we'll lift the spine. Think about creating that openness between the shoulder blades and length through the back of the neck. And carefully release it. Okay, guys. So for this next one, we'll work into this next one from our table. So we're gonna do a threading, I call it thread the needle. It was nice to start standing with this one. If you start doing this and you realize that's too much, I don't like it, I'd like you to go back to your version of that shoulder stretch or your eagle arms, okay? Or you could keep doing, we're gonna do kind of a dynamic movement before we go into it. You could stay with that dynamic movement as well. So let's start there, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're on hands and knees. Hands are under the shoulders, my knees are right underneath my hips. And I'm gonna lift my left arm up and I'm gonna turn to look towards that hand. And I'm gonna start coming around now and I'm gonna reach through, and I'm really reaching out, okay? Not just going through that motion. Let's do that a couple more times. So we're gonna lift it open and then thread underneath, reaching here. We'll do it one more time, lift it open and thread through, reaching here. So this is where you can stay with me or take a different option. So where we're headed, we're actually gonna reach through, set down onto the side of that hand and carefully lower down. So I'm bringing my shoulder and the side of my cheek right onto the floor. And I'm still finding length through this hand here. I can keep the supportive hand, Or if I'm comfortable with more pressure, I'm going to take that hand away, tucking it behind my back. Or one that I like a lot is to take that hand, take it across. I'm going to walk it over, and I use it to kind of pull myself into a deeper twist here. And I like this version the most, okay? But all of those are good options. We're gonna hold now for about 4 breaths. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Couple more seconds, last breath in and out. The best way to get out of this is to take your top arm, the one that's not threaded, bring it in front of your face. You're gonna press into that hand, peel back up. Let's open that left arm one more time and set it down. Should feel really nice now to get back out of there. We're gonna go to the other side, okay guys? So this time we're gonna be reaching up through that right hand, okay? So let's inhale, right arm up, peel to open. Exhale, we're just reaching through, really reach. Do it again, deep breath in. Exhale, reach it through. One more time and then we'll set down. Inhale. Exhale, reach it through, really reaching, set down onto the outside or the back side of your hand. Lower cheek to the mat, okay? So we can stay here. You can just add some weight and take your left hand to that bind behind your back, or take it forward and walk it across. So I'm walking it over towards the right side of my mat. I'm just gently using that to pull myself through this twist. Okay, come back to your breath, deep breath in. Let it out. Deep breath in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Let's walk that hand back, gently press into it. Inhale, open up the right arm and carefully set it down. Okay guys, so we're gonna do a chest opener. We're doing a puppy pose. Okay, puppy pose, we are starting again from that table, but I want you to back up on your mat a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna get closer towards the back of your mat. Find your table, okay? And you know what, let's start with a Sphinx pose because I want you to have a backup option. So we'll take Sphinx first. So we're actually gonna lower down onto our hips. Take your elbows right under your shoulders, and now, just like we did in that cow, think about drawing your shoulders back and bringing your heart forward. My neck is actually neutral. I'm not straining through my neck, just looking forward. Okay. We're just creating some length through the front of our waist here. And we'll walk the hands back and carefully come up, okay? So that's gonna be an option if you're not really enjoying puppy pose. Okay, I'm glad we all got it in though. So for puppy pose, we're starting from our table, okay? And we're keeping our hips over our knees. My hips are not gonna go backwards, okay? So from here, I'm gonna start walking my hands out, and I'm going to find some length, and I'm thinking about pressing my heart onto the floor. And I'm pretty open personally here in my heart, so that works for me. If that doesn't work for you, you can rest your forehead down. You could also place a pillow or something under your chest in order to find just a connection between your body and the floor. breath in and out. One more time, inhale and exhale. So we're gonna kind of snake out of this. You're gonna press forward, let your legs extend. Let's take hands back outside of the chest. So we're taking a baby cobra pose here. Lightly pressing into your hands. Lift the chest away from the floor, gazing forward. And now press into palms. We're gonna sit back to child's pose. Take your knees wide. Toes are together but untucked. Hips come towards the heels. And now with hips low, walk your arms out long again. Walk both hands over towards one edge of your mat and keep sitting back nice and heavy. Take both hands over now to the other side. Both hands back forward. Look towards your hands. Draw yourself back into that table. Realign your knees. We're just going to take a couple more breaths here, cat and cow, and then we'll be done. Inhale, press your belly down, look forward, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, chin to chest, lift your spine. One more time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lift your spine. Find that length in your neck. Space between your shoulder blades. All right. Slowly come back up to standing, guys. We're just gonna circle the arms up. Big circle. Think about making a snow angel. Okay, feet just comfortable here. Deep breath in, big circle up. And then exhale, let's float arms all the way down. Last time here together. Inhale. And exhale, float them down. All right, guys, I hope that helped to loosen up your shoulders, your neck, your chest, and your back. Have a great day. See you next time.